Let me tell you what you need tonight. A little something to whet your appetite, and it's gonna make you feel alright.
Stop.
Sweet Gravy and Carmen Kirk, check them out as they go to work. Congratulations on your new podcast. Now open up a can of whoop ass and blast, blast, blast. This is Angelo, and I hope you like this show. Wow. Well, yeah.
Can I borrow a pen? I don't
Nope. Oh my God, you like a little kid. You just be always, you the most mischievous person
Why
ever.
you got so many pens on that desk? you come in here every day and then you bring a pen, so now there's like 5 pens on the desk.
Yeah, and now there are 5 on the floor.
Welcome back to another episode of Sweet Gravy. Carmen, thank you for having me.
Oh, sure.
So the other day you were telling me a story about somebody who isn't always the most honest person around, and you said that you had to read between the lies.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that phrase because it's like a turn of a phrase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the term is read between the lines,
Mm-hmm.
but you said you got to read between the lies,
Yeah.
and I thought that was creative, and I liked it.
I know a couple people like that. It's like you be listening to them. It's like, okay, this part is a lie, and then you gotta put together your own story because you know they telling only half of it.
Uh-huh.
And I just feel
And you
like
got to read between the lies.
I feel like especially like if we are family or if we are friends, and like I don't even live in the same state as you, what you lying to me for? I don't even live in the same state as you, but people feel embarrassed about things and they don't want to share all that information. Then you got to put things together. You got to read between the lies to figure out what the truth is.
That's a funny thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's what people do on social media right now. They're like,
Lies?
they're like detectives.
Oh,
they read between the lies. They find out those truths. They
Uh-huh.
be getting people arrested from doing their own detective work online.
Uh-huh.
It's like, Jesus Christ. The police ain't got to do nothing now. They just go on Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram, and figure it out.
Right.
Yeah, it's this guy, DJ Academics. He has a podcast. He's a big Twitch streamer.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever something happened, like the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, him shooting her, like whenever something happens, he go in there and he be like, chat, come on. He's talking to the people. He call them chat. He's like, chat, we about to figure this out. He be literally investigating like murders or like whatever situation, robberies or anything that happened. He be getting paper. He be going in and like really finding out this information.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, we solved the murder within one stream.
Right.
And typically he's correct.
Mm-hmm.
He just slow it down and watch, and he pieced together all these little things, and he's like, we know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's pretty
The group
interesting.
of, there's a Netflix documentary. It's called Don't Mess with Cats or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about this guy. He made a video of like him like killing a cat or something. I don't know. And then it goes, does he kill a person? I don't know. But they figure out who he is. And
Right.
it's just a community of people that
Right.
find out who he is.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the police. It was like these.
No, that internet, that's the thing. People don't understand. You put stuff on the internet, people can piece things together
Uh-huh.
and get you in jail.
Yeah. They'll find you.
Don't be messing with those cats.
Right.
Oh my God, the cat last night, I thought about giving him one of our pillowcases because he was so
What?
cold.
It was chilly last night.
You could tell the cat was so cold and he curled up in a
No,
ball.
don't have sympathy for the cat. Carmen.
I'm not going to. The reason I didn't do it because he sleeps in front of the neighbor's door on the mat, and that's the mat he chooses because it's probably the warmest.
Right.
But
Comfy.
if I gave him a pillowcase and then the neighbor wake up in the morning and walk out their door to a pillowcase in front of them, they'd probably be like, "What the hell is this?" You know.
Right.
And that's why I didn't do it because then it's kind of invading their personal space.
Right.
But the cat
Whose
was so cold.
ratty ass pillowcase is this?
Yeah.
Are you
it
just gonna
wasn't
give him a
ratty.
pillow or just a case?
Just a case. Because we got so many pillowcases we don't use. Like dark green pillowcases is disgusting. You can see your slob on there.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants that.
Right.
So that's why we don't use those pillowcases. They just sit in the closet. So I was gonna give them one of the ones we don't use. I was like, maybe I could give them the polyester one. But I was like,
The
no.
Snoopies?
The polyester pillowcases I got.
The Snoopies?
No, it's ones that came with the actual
You got
blanket.
more polyester?
Yeah, they came with the blanket. But I figured whenever your mom visits, we'll give her those. They're brand new.
You're gonna give her the polyester.
Yeah, she ain't gonna care about polyester. You're the only one who cares.
You can't. You got a guest in your house.
Yeah, and you get the warmest blanket in the house.
The hottest blanket.
Yeah,
It ain't even warm. It's hot.
she gonna
it
need
skips
it.
the warm.
She gonna need it in this room. She gonna need the hot blanket in this room. This room gets cold. That's funny. So we have an inspection coming up soon.
Right. And you're freaking out.
I'm not necessarily freaking out. It's more so, like I called the apartment lady and I just asked
That's
her.
weird.
Okay.
Okay, so we get a mass text and it says, "Hey, there's gonna be a pest inspection coming through, making sure that there's no place for the pest, no convenient places, convenient people for pests, right?
Yeah.
Dirty, unkempt people."
No,
Right.
it's more so like if they come in and they see like roach droppings in the corner,
Right.
you gonna get in trouble and have to pay for your unit and whatever units around you.
No, I understand
spread.
what it is. Yeah.
So part of it is, I think a lot of it is keeping the community safe, and it's a way for them to make some money if they catch somebody with a little roach.
Yeah. But you immediately, whenever the text come, you're like, "I gotta talk to the office."
Yeah.
That's weird.
No,
That's
I
a
ne-
red flag.
No, I need to speak
That's
to
a
her
red
and
flag.
ask her what
why
it's about.
we just sent that text to people. Nobody else worried about it, and she immediately came to the office and said, "What's this about?"
Yeah, I asked her what it was about. What do they do? Somebody's coming into our personal space. I want to know what they do, and I feel like, no offense, but if you work for any type of pest control inspection or anything like that, you might steal. So I don't want them in here with our personal things while we're not here. That's the only thing.
I think you think too much.
Maybe I do, but like, you have a lot of nice things, and you don't understand that people steal.
No, I understand it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so you want to get stole from, or
Well,
do you want me to ask questions?
I tell the police that, hey, there was an inspection, and on this day, this stuff was stolen.
We need to get renter's insurance. That's my mom told me that yesterday. She's like, just get renter's insurance. It's only like $30 a month.
Yeah, it's
she's like,
cheap.
you could just call. She was like, you should have that. And I should have learned my lesson, because in Texas, I was there for about 4 months, and then my entire apartment complex burned down. And I'm so stupid. When it was burning down, I was like, oh, because the lady knocked on my door. She said, it's a fire, get out of the building. And so I brought my cigarette and my chair outside to watch the
to
fire.
watch it.
And when I come out, I'm like, oh, we on fire. It's like, oh, God damn it.
That's a horrible person right there.
So I was
You're
like,
like, I'm just gonna watch the fire.
well, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
She knocked on the door, so I come out to watch it. And I bring my chair out and a cigarette, and I'm like, oh, we're on fire.
Yeah, right.
And then the fire spread from like 3 buildings down. So I didn't think it was going to actually reach mine. Mine was the last one that they had to go in and bust the...
Windows out.
No, so what they had was a flat top of the building, and then they built a triangle on top of the flat top. So the fires were trapped inside that triangle. Like, whoever built this was crazy. So the fires were trapped inside that triangle, and they had to poke holes in the roof to like get the fire out of the triangle space at the top. So they were going into apartments and like using like axes and stuff and breaking down the ceiling to get the fire out of the triangles. I'm like, oh my God. And my apartment was the last one they did. I didn't have renter's insurance. And a guy next to me was like, I just got mine. It's like, awesome. I lost everything.
Right.
I mean, it's not like I had much to begin
Yeah,
with.
you're
I only
sitting
had
on
a
boxes.
right. I had like a futon.
That
and
one
a
chair you
table.
brought out was the only chair you had.
Right.
Like, at least I got my chair.
Right. I mean, all my dishes and stuff were gone and all that stuff. But like, I pretty much, and my clothes smelled like all my clothes were smoked out, and I had to go wash them like 30 times to get the smell out.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucked. And I wish I would have had renter's insurance because I would have been like, I lost this, I lost that, I lost all these things, but I only had a blow up bed and a chair. I didn't even have nothing to lose.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But maybe that's a good idea. I'm not sure. So the guy at my job the owner of my job wants me to start doing server shifts.
Mm-hmm. You waitress, Carmen?
Yeah. He's like, I want you to learn, like, he's like, they make really good money, and I feel like it's only fair for you to be able to get shifts like that, too. Mm-hmm. He's like, it's nice to work a shift and take home $300-$400 in your pocket.
Yeah.
And he was like, and everybody here gets a chance to do those shifts. Mm-hmm. Unless, if you don't look good, he won't let you go around the people.
Right. So that is a compliment.
Yeah. Well, you have to look a certain way. If you're like disgusting, it's like, oh, you got to stay in the back. Mm-hmm. They keep you in the back hidden. Mm-hmm. But so I'm like, okay. So I was like, okay, I'll do a whole shift and I'll start learning how to do it. I'm down with that, whatever. And then we get this guy who comes up there. We're in the middle of a rush. It's so packed out, and he orders a well done T-bone. Mm-hmm. And then it's like 28 minutes later, he comes up there. He's like, hey, where's our food? I've been waiting 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. It's like, first off, you got a well-done T-bone. That take 25 minutes. Mm-hmm. And like, everybody else is waiting because of you.
But wouldn't you like to be the waitress that gives them the food rather than makes the food?
They told me that guy, the person who was serving that guy, every time he walked past, the guy shake his head at him in the dining room because he was mad his food hadn't come. He's like, kept shaking his... You know how uncomfortable that is to walk past the table and a guy is shaking his head in disgust because you don't have his food?
Right.
And then while he was up there complaining about his food was already delivered to the table. Mm-hmm. And he's up there yelling. And then when he went back, he was like, oh, well, this took too long to come out. And they're like, sir, you ordered a well-done T-bone. Like, everybody at the table is waiting because of you. Right. And you're being the one that's aggressive. Right.
Well, I'll say that I worked 2 tip jobs. One of them was a bucket tip. The infamous, it's not famous City Deli.
Yeah.
Not infamous. Famous.
Yeah.
Yeah. The #1 City Deli.
Yeah.
And I'd get like an extra like $20 here and there. I don't think I got as many tips as I should have. Mm-hmm. But I only worked there a couple hours a day.
Right.
Just to get my sandwich on. Yeah.
We do so many to-go orders now that and at first they didn't do it, but after COVID everything changed and a lot of people were doing to-go just to survive. Yep. And so he just kept that in after the pandemic was over. And so we get tips from the to-go stuff. But sometimes they ask those people, because when you ring them up at the register asks, do you want to leave a tip?
Right.
And they also do cash back so you can leave a tip, at your table. And the people say, no, I don't tip. No. It's like, damn.
Yeah. Well,
you get like $5. I end up with $5 at the end of a 10-hour shift. I'm like, goddamn.
But I worked as a bellman at a hotel for a while. And the guests would come in, they'd check into their room, at the front desk.
That's good tip money.
And then you get their bags, you put it on the cart, and then you take them up the elevator, and then you walk them to the room, and you show them their room.
Yeah, you should do that. You should apply for a job like that again.
Nah, I'm too old.
At a really nice hotel. You too old to lift bags? You lifting stuff now?
I'm too old to be a bellman, yeah.
Why?
Because they're really bell boys, Carmen. They're
not
bell
all
boys.
Of them. Not all of them. Dude, I worked with men that wasn't. It was a couple boys, but they was mostly older men.
Anyway, and it was really nice to have, like you said, a couple $100 in your pocket, and then at the end of the week you get a check too.
Right.
Ah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. So like you can literally like have no money, go to work
and leave with $200
and leave with money, and you're like, damn. Yeah. It's like that immediate payoff.
Yeah.
Is great.
And it's like now, yesterday,
but
I didn't know how I was gonna eat tomorrow.
Yeah.
But now I got money.
Now I
to
do.
Eat.
Yeah. And but the problem is, then you start looking forward to that. You're like, and then whenever you don't make as much as you made a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, because you get
These
used to
fucking-
that.
These people,
These
don't
people,
tip.
they're not tipping me. Oh man, it was so funny. So the hotel that I worked at, it was not like the nicest, but it was nice enough. Like
Yeah.
it was expensive, and it had a nice location,
Or the one in
Santa Monica.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's in Santa Monica, so
Right.
you expect tips.
Right. But this one lady, they get to their room and they have they were tiny rooms. They held like a bed,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it.
Like the rooms in New York.
Rooms were it was the exact same as the room we had in New York,
Yeah.
where even like the shower was like glass wall,
Yeah.
so there was like no privacy if you wanted to take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like open,
Mm-hmm.
and this lady, she tried to tip me, and she like had to like she had her hand like really closed and then like put it into my hand, and it was just $1. And I was like, why is she flipping out about giving me $1? But she was like, this is my chance to stay in a nice hotel, and I'm gonna tip the bellboy. And you're like, and she didn't know how to do it. It was great. I loved it.
That's funny. That's better. It's a lady who come to our job all the time, and she tip us with Kit Kats. She bring a bag of Kit Kats
I'll take
every
a Kit
single
Kat.
week.
Yeah.
No money.
I think that's awesome.
But she brings a bag of Kit Kats
Yeah.
every single
Here you
week
go,
for the whole
Kit
job,
Kat.
and everybody gets a Kit Kat, and it's like,
I think that's awesome. That's just as good. I'd take a Kit Kat over $1 any day.
a Kit Kat costs more than $1.
A Kit Kat's about $1.29.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought gummy bears the other day. They were nearly $3.
Yeah, and I just want to say, now that you bring up these gummy bears, don't ever ask me to buy you gummy bears. I don't think a grown man should be eating gummy worms and gummy bears. That's crazy.
Why?
I don't know. It's the same thing as like when I see like grown people like, can I have that Jello? It's like, or ordering Jello and pudding. It's like, what are you doing?
I don't know. Sometimes pudding has a special place.
I know, but not at dinner. Don't do it at home. Don't go out to restaurants and be like, y'all got pudding?
Yeah. Where's
Like,
the pudding?
we
at?
don't even sell that. Get away from us. Like, or like older people, you'll see them eating Jello. I'm like, I've never been a fan of Jello.
It's
at
easy
all.
to swallow.
It's the texture is kind of off for me. Like even when people are like, let's take a Jello shot, it's like I'll do one, but it's not something I care to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just want a regular shot without the hold the Jello.
Yeah, hold the Jello.
But I'll tell you this much: at the place I work, they was making Jello one day because we do a salad buffet, so they put applesauce in. That it's a kid friendly place, so they put those little things on there. Even though mostly the adults eat the Jello.
Okay.
And so it's just a mix. You add the mix into the hot water.
Yeah.
So I said, well, that smells so good. So I pour it in my drink. I just drink it
Bad
with
idea.
ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
Yeah. That doesn't sound good.
It smells really good though. When you're making Jello, it smells so good.
Right.
It smells like Kool-Aid or
Yeah,
something.
you smell the sugar and that activates your nose.
Yeah, and so I poured it over ice.
Yeah.
And I was just gonna drink it like a drink. And I was like, oh, that's not the best idea.
Not to get it. It sounds like the best idea.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
horrible, right?
Yeah, you're a chef?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you drinking Jello.
Yeah, and you drink a Jello. Wow, that didn't turn out the way I thought it would be.
Sometimes I just be wanting some flavor. Like I just bought this V8 Splash Berry Blend.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be my favorite back in the day.
Right.
But I used to get the small V8 Splashes from the gas station. This big one don't taste like the stuff I used to get from the gas station.
Well, you're older now.
I know my taste buds have changed so much since I was younger. I tried things that I liked back in the day, like that clear fruit. Oh my God, it was so bad. I was like, how are we drinking this in high school? It's like, does not taste good at all. It's like, Jesus. But if I do that Canadian, if I get some of that Canadian dry, what is it?
Canadian Clear.
Canadian Clear? I like that a lot.
Right.
But I wonder how it would taste now because it's been so many years since I had it.
I don't know.
We got to order some offline.
$40.
I know. It was pretty popping back in the day. I remember looking for it for years. I'm like, what happened to it? Oh, obviously they discontinued it, or they took it out of the stores.
Right. It's not here locally.
Right.
Right.
Which is frustrating. Yeah.
But it's something that you can like taste. Can't remember what it was. I had something not too long ago that I hadn't had in a long time. And you're like, yep, that's it. That's what that tastes like.
Yeah.
Just remember exactly how it was.
Yeah, some
That's
stuff,
it.
but then some stuff is not like. Did you eat Nutella growing up?
Yeah.
And does it still taste the same to you?
Yeah.
See, we didn't have.
I feel
have
it's
that.
I feel it's like less. I feel like it's runnier now,
Yeah.
but it might have always been. But I feel like it was not as runny as it is today.
You like nuts, so that makes sense that you like Nutella.
Well, I like hazelnut.
You like all nuts.
No,
You like peanuts. You like all the
you
nuts.
don't see me eat peanuts.
Not peanuts, but you like stuff with nuts in it. You're okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't like nuts that much. I'll do a pistachio or a cashew, but like I don't like the Nutella, the hazelnut. I don't like that a lot. And I didn't grow up on Nutella. My mom never bought that stuff. She bought peanut butter and jelly, and if we were lucky, we got the crunchy peanut butter. Oh, the crunchy peanut butter is so good.
Extra crunchy.
Yeah. And the girl at work, she's like, why would they put, she was like, I know I'm younger than y'all, but why was y'all growing up eating peanut butter with nuts in it? She was like, I don't understand why you want nuts in the
texture.
peanut. I know. And then the owner's son was like, just put the nuts on the sandwich. Don't even put the peanut butter on there. Just give me jelly and nuts and I'll eat that.
Yeah.
It is, but I thought it was good. I like crunchy peanut butter.
Yeah, crunchy peanut butter is good.
Look, that's about as far as I'll go though. And like fluff, what's fluff?
Marshmallow cream.
That's crazy.
Why?
Because that should be illegal.
Why do you say that?
Because what you put it on.
They call it a fluffernutter. It's a peanut butter and fluff sandwich.
And you ate that growing up?
Not always.
Yeah.
But it was like a kind of like a special treat. We'd get some fluff. You can also put it in your hot chocolate. And then it'll like melt into the thing. Like marshmallows.
You can eat it and put it in hot chocolate?
Yeah, you can put it in hot chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a burger in there's a place in Philadelphia. No, maybe well, Pennsylvania definitely. They have a burger called the Fluff Screamer. And it's like a burger and then like white onions, not like cooked or anything, like raw white onions. A special like meat chili sauce. And then fluff on it.
Oh my God.
And it's called a Fluff Screamer.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good though.
You would try it?
Yeah, I almost before we left Maine, I was about to buy the chili sauce. I found the company that made it, and I was about to order it, but I was like, we're about to leave, and I don't want to travel with this chili sauce, so I didn't. But I could see it in our future.
Sure.
Yeah. And when we get some Fluff Screamers going on, Carmen.
No, I don't want to do anything like that. I don't want that.
You got to try it.
No.
You got to try it.
What about if I gotta try that? You need to eat chili with me. With beans.
What about
chili with
peanut
beans.
butter on burgers? That's becoming a thing now.
I don't like that either. I don't care for peanut butter by itself. It needs to
But
be
it's on a burger.
It needs to be on
It's
Wonder
not,
Bread.
It's
with
not by
jelly.
itself. It's on a burger.
Nope. I can't have peanut butter besides being on a white bread.
The only time.
With jelly. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I'll do it Uncrustable. Because those are pretty convenient.
Right.
You know, this kid just told me the other day, he say, they got ham and cheese Uncrustables. I tried it. Wasn't that good.
They got a Nutella Uncrustable now.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they got varieties, Carmen.
I was like, you eat a ham and cheese
Yeah.
Uncrustable? Do you heat it up? He's like, no, you just eat it cold.
Throw it in your thing. Save it to let it thaw. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. Let's stick to the peanut butter and jelly.
Like what am I gonna get? I think I'll get the meatball marinara Uncrustable. Yeah.
It's not the right bread for it.
You're like eat this tiny little circle sandwich. What is that? Meatball marinara.
When we open up our food truck, I've been thinking a lot about, starting to, once I get done with all my license stuff, starting to revise and like really lock down on a business plan.
Right.
And I think about different things to make, and I think doing good meatballs and sauce and like little souffle dishes with cheese on top is fine. Because it's something small and convenient. Just make big.
You don't like
meatballs,
my
put 'em in.
mini lasagna ideas?
No, those too. But you mentioned like a meatball, Uncrustable. So that's what came to mind. But I would never do meatball subs because I don't even like to buy meatball subs. The bread gets soggy immediately, and then the bottom comes from underneath it. Now you got 2 halves of soggy bread and meatballs and cheese. You got to eat it really fast.
You could do like a buttery, like flaky, like crust, like like a meatball, like a souffle. That would be good. Like a meatball pie.
I guess.
Yeah.
That's a little bit much.
Why?
I mean, if it's the goal is to use the ingredients you have.
The same ingredients.
Right.
Right.
To spend less money. A meatball pie.
Yeah.
I said the little meatballs in the cup with cheese and Parmesan and stuff on top.
Yeah, but you can
sauce.
put like a crust on the bottom of it. Bake that up. That'd be good.
A crust like what? Like your puff pastry?
Yeah,
thing?
like a puff pastry. Yeah.
But do puff pastry and meatballs go together?
Yes, they do.
Oh, you know?
Puff pastry go with everything. Yep. That's a winner right there.
Puff pastries? Yeah, that's funny. So I saw this video recently. It's this little video going viral on TikTok or whatever on the internet. And it's a lady who owns a pizza place. And a guy comes in there. And
This is the guy that gives them $1,000?
No. And this is not in, you could tell this is in like the Midwest or somewhere, you know what I mean? A smaller city or something. And the guy goes in there, he has his service dog. And the owner is like, no, I don't want that dog in here. Like, can you just take the dog on the porch? I have an area over there where you could chain the dog up if he's friendly and just chain him up out there while you have your dinner. And he's like, no, it's my right to have my dog, my service dog. Like, it's a law, like the law is for me. And I can have my service dog in here. I think the part that he missed is she owns this place, so get out. It's that simple. And she was like, make his food to go. He not eating here. I don't want that dog here. And everybody's going back and forth like, well, kids are in restaurants, so why can't like kids are running around and breaking stuff in restaurants, so why can't a dog that's sitting there being well-mannered be in a restaurant? Because dogs are dirty.
Kids don't shed.
Right, kids don't shed their hair everywhere. They don't got dandruff and stuff just flying all in the air. Like, dogs are nasty.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
Look at it.
Yeah. It's very simple. And it's like, to force your service dog. Now, I'm looking at the man. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You do not need you. I'm looking at him. Ain't nothing wrong. He yelling at the lady.
All service dogs are for.
What is he for? Companionship?
Maybe, yeah.
You need.
There's like PTSD dogs.
Okay, then go home and eat with them then. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's one of those conversations because I don't personally like dogs in restaurants. And in Portland, I had to get used to that because dogs are in every single restaurant.
Right.
And typically they're well behaved, but like the dogs are in the restaurant and bars and also children. It'll be like a rowdy bar and it's like 2-year-olds in there. And it's like, this is odd. Is this allowed? Like, do they get ID'd?
Right.
Because I can't come in here without an ID. So why do a 3-year-old get to come in?
The only Rosie's was the oddest one, but also Oxbow.
Oxbow was weird because I saw a lady got kicked out because a little girl was drinking beers off the table. And like the other people was like, hey ma'am, like she's drinking beers. And then like after a couple times the daughter did it again. And then they made her leave. Then she was upset because we're not allowing your 3-year-old to drink beers. It's like, I don't understand what's wrong with people.
Yeah, like it's just the foam.
Yeah.
Like
she can't have beers in here.
She's having the foam. There's not even any fluids in there.
Or like we were at the Snug and a guy brought a Great Dane in the bar. Like, no, you can't bring a Great Dane in the bar now. The dog was so tall, his head was sitting on top of the bar.
Right.
And I was scared to go to the bathroom because that horse is next to me.
Yeah.
It's like, this is uncomfortable for me. But everybody was like, oh my God, he's beautiful. So then I would have seemed like the wrong person for saying, get that horse out of here. You know, that's like, I see you got a little poodle or something. But like, people were ridiculous. It's like you come in a bar and it's a dog sitting in a chair. Excuse me, there's no seats and your dog has one? That's not okay.
Yeah. But if it's allowed, then you are the wrong person.
Right.
Right.
So dogs get seats too. Yeah. It's like, that was the biggest thing in Portland that was annoying to me. was the dogs in every restaurant and everywhere.
Right.
But that lady said, not here. We don't do that here. And the guy's arguing with her about his rights. You don't have a right in somebody else's personal property. She owns the building. She owns the business. If she doesn't want service dogs, if she doesn't want dogs in here, it's very simple. You gotta leave. If she called the police, you gotta leave.
Right.
You know
The thing.
He's not gonna say he's allowed to have a service dog in your personal property.
Right. There's the sign that says we reserve the right to refuse service to anyone. Right.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
simple.
just like anyone.
And then you lucky that she made your food. She just said, make his food to go. He can't stay here.
Yeah, we'll take his money, but he ain't getting the hospitality.
Yeah. No hospitality.
Get it and get gone.
And it sucks because she reacted the way that she did. Everybody's looking at her as the bad person on the internet for going off on this guy. But I feel like she wasn't wrong.
Maybe she's allergic to dogs.
That's the other issue. What if people in a restaurant a lot of people do have allergic to all that shedding and stuff. So if I'm at a restaurant, you have a service dog, what's the solution? You gotta move. It's like, I'm sorry, I love dogs, I'm a big dog lover, but I'm not gonna inconvenience other people with my decision to own a pet. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just annoying. And I tell you this much, one of those cats threw up in front of our window outside
Oh no.
last night or this morning.
Yeah. They're probably looking at all our dead plants and they're like, "Blah."
Why are the plants still in the window, Kurt?
I don't know.
You just can't let them go.
Well, they're still green.
I know, but like the aloe vera, I don't even know how that aloe vera plant's still alive.
It's still there.
We need to start using some of the aloe in it.
Nah.
Well, I mean, I get burns all the time from work.
Because if you start to use it, then it will die.
It is dead.
No, it's still green. It can't be dead if it's green.
Kirk, the one plant is extra dead. The one plant extra dead, Kirk.
Which the bloom laid?
The little tiny one.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel shame. I feel shame with those plants. I was doing so good.
Well, we need to do something with that Wandering Dude plant because that one's getting so big.
Yeah, we need to repot it.
It got to be repotted. Maybe while we're out today, we get a bigger pot and repot it. But we got to get more soil too, right? Yeah. Maybe we do that while we're out today.
Okay.
Because at some point, the plant going to die on us too if we don't take care of it.
Don't take care of it.
Yep. Well, thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Sweet Gravy Podcast. If you have any questions or suggestions, please go to sweetgravypod@gmail.com. You can also check us out on YouTube and every other streaming platform.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.